Yes, this is the comparison of the sporophyte in liverworts, hornworts, mosses, that is Hepaticopsida, Anthoceratopsida and mosses or Bryopsida. In case of Mercantia, which is a liverwort, I don't have a very long sporophyte. What all I have is the closed structure inside which the spores are produced. Sporogonium we call it as. Whereas in Anthoceros, this structure stands like a horn-like structure. The sporophyte looks horn-like. In Funaria, you have a highly developed capsule and a very good mechanism of spore dispersal, that is Censor Mechanism. I am going to show you a picture. When students read this, many students get a doubt on what is peristome, what are the teeth number, correct? To address those, I have a good picture of the original capsule and how they disperse and why is it called as censor. You can see moss plant, a very beautiful picture of seta, and you can see a capsule, so many capsule, and whatever is on the rock, attached to the rock is gametophyte, and the point of attachment is foot, and the elongation is seta and is presenting the capsule. All the capsules will face the soil because of the weight, they tend to gravitate and bend. Each of the capsule do have a cap. You can see here a cap called as calyptra. The word calyptra means cap. In the capsule, the meiosis occurs and the spores are produced. What I mean to say is inside this. Once the spores are matured enough for dispersal, the work of the capsule is done. In plant physiology, we see that whenever the function of an organ is completed for the life cycle, the organ of the plant degenerates. Fruit is meant for the dispersal of seeds. The fruit will detach from the plant after it is matured. Flower is responsible for the reproduction in the plant. After the sexual reproduction occurs in a life cycle, the parts of the flower will degenerate except fruit and seeds. Cone also degenerates. So it is generally in the plant functioning that whenever the function is finished, that organ will degenerate in a life cycle. For a next cycle, the new organ develops. Here also, after the haploid spores are produced inside the capsule starts drying with its tissues and the spores will be ready to be dispersed. Because of the drying, what happens? A pressure builds up inside the capsule. The calyptra will fall off at maturity. It exposes the peristome. This is the close-up picture of peristome, which is actually dispersing the spores. You can see spores which are resembling black mustard seeds on the capsule. If you see, whatever you are seeing like blades of the propeller, they are called as teeth. and at the center there is an opening called as stome. Stome means opening in biology. Because the teeth are surrounding stome, we call these teeth as peristome teeth. Why should we have teeth? Inside that you can see the upper surface of the capsule, and this will degenerate and dry up. The spores will start coming out of these teeth. These teeth are meant for gradual spore dispersal. If all the spores are dispersed at once, then there may be, if any loss occurs, then there won't be any new gametophyte germinating. So the teeth will disperse the spores in batches to regulate the spore dispersal. We have teeth developed. We have a question: how many teeth are there in peristome? Either 16 or multiples of 16, that is 32. In 2 layers, if they are present, they are 32, and if it is one single layer, it is 16. This is also a question. Now you can easily imagine how the capsule in the sporophyte of masses disperses spores in regulation through the peristome teeth. A very interesting picture, very nice picture, which can immediately make you understand, because they are regulated. Not everything is allowed. They are allowed in batches. We call it as censor mechanism. Movement in regulation.